Daniel Dalton, Conservative MEP. The EU says the UK's tax exemption for small producers, cider and perry, is illegal. How big a threat is it to those producers if they lose that tax exemption?
It's a very big threat. I mean, I think most of them will probably go out of business. I mean, we're talking about an additional £2,700 a year tax, effectively, that these small producers will have to pay. Now, these guys are very small producers. They're not getting rich on making cider. Many of them are making it sort of for a hobby, really. And, you know, we've had a renaissance of cider production and also consumption in the UK over the last few years, and this could, you know, cut it all dead. So it's a real worry, I think.
There's a consultation then underway. Do you see this as a kind of chink of light, as a kind of opportunity to convince the European Commission to perhaps change its mind on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very good news, because until about a week ago, the European Commission was saying that they weren't going to move on this, that the UK had to get rid of this duty exemption. But now that they've suggested that there is going to be a public consultation, and that consultation is now open, for me that suggests that the Commission is beginning to change its thinking, and I think that's very, very good news.
There's of course been a lot of lobbying from MEPs and also from CAMRA, from the campaign for real ale. They've been involved as well. Do you think some of that's helping, and is it the case you need to kind of keep the pressure on because you've not yet won this?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the key point is that we just want fairness for cider producers. I mean, we don't want something that other producers aren't getting. There is already a duty exemption for small wine and small beer producers. Now, what we want to see is that extended to small cider producers, which would allow the UK to keep the exemption that we currently have. Now, I think fairness is what we're asking for, and I think the Commission are beginning to recognise that there's an anomaly that small cider producers aren't protected by the same rules as small wine and beer producers.
And picking up on exactly that point, does that kind of give you hope that you can win this, the fact that there is a precedent for other types of alcohol?
Very much so. I think if that precedent didn't exist, we would really struggle to get this through. But it does exist, so I think that gives us a real chance to push forward. I think also the fact that the Commission has recognised that this isn't large-scale industrial production. These are small producers producing a wide variety of products, something that the European Commission actually really wants to promote and not stifle. So I think if you combine all of those potential factors, we've got a really, really good chance of getting some movement here.